In this video, we'll discuss the difference between single phase and three phase, okay? And in a single phase, this is strictly usually residential, whatever comes to your house. The way it works is that you have a double voltage here, a 240 coming in, okay? Now, that 240 can range between 208 and 240, so generally they're about the same, right? And then what happens is you draw a line in the middle here, okay? And this is your 120. So if you want to feed your receptacles and regular appliances, you simply just have this circuit built, and the line that comes in, you're feeding off the voltage here from 120 to ground, and here you're going off 240. So the single phase is very, very easy, okay? The three phase is a little more complicated, okay? The three phase is designed for commercial. Okay, now let's review what a phase is. I just want to point out what a phase is. A phase is an angle, okay? That's what it means. Three angles, three approaches. So if I have an equation, let's say for, let's just say it's 240 volts, right? So a 240 volt single phase, or I'm sorry, let's say 120 coming to your house. So if I say VS is 120, okay, let me rewrite this again. Okay. VS is 120 cosine omega t plus phi, right? So we'll say let's say it's coming at an angle 30 degrees, okay? So if this is the case, right, then this is your phase. Your phase and angle mean exactly the same thing. So if I say VS is VP cosine omega t plus phi, and I say, what is your phase? This is your phase. When we write this in polar form, the polar form is VS is 120 at 30. Okay? So a three-phase basically means that it's coming in the same voltage, but at different angles, three different angles, hence three phases. VP cosine omega t plus phi. This is phase. Okay? So one voltage is coming in at one angle. One voltage is coming in at three angles. Okay? Now, how does this generally work? In a general setting, in a general way, if you have the three phase, let's just say it's a Y circuit. So in a three phase, you'll have two kinds of circuit diagrams. The first circuit diagram you'll have, and let me just kind of draw this out a little bit. Okay, this is going to ground, by the way. This is your neutral line going to ground. Okay, so this is ground. Okay, is delta. Delta is what? A triangle. The Y is Y. You can say it's a Y, or you can say it's a Y, whatever. But it's a Y phase. Now, how does this relate to here? Okay. So from here to here, okay, from here to here, it's 208. Okay? 208. From here to here, it's 120. From here to here is 120. And here to here is 120. volts, okay? So here in a commercial setting, you will get 208 volts, just like your single phase. But then you have three lines, so you have basically, you can go 208 here, you can go to 208 here, right? And you go from 208 here. This allows flexibility, 208, and then you have 208. Okay? So this allows you flexibility in more sophisticated environments where you need more power. Okay, so it's doing the same thing but in a more commercial setting. Now, with that being said, okay, so understand the difference. You'll be asked the difference and to redraw this out. Okay, that's number one. Number two, understand that delta, the three ways can come in. The three phases come in four different combinations. The first combination goes from delta to delta circuit. Then it can go from Y to Y circuit. It can transform to Y to delta circuit, and go from delta to Y circuit. Our focus will be here. Okay, this is the most common in industry. Okay, and we'll kind of go over exactly what's going on. In the delta phase, the delta circuit generally is basically coming off the transformer. It's basically coming off the transmission line. So this is where our, like, let's say our high voltage 10 kV drop to 480 volt drop is, right? This is where our drop is, okay? And then it keeps going. But then when you're inside from this angle, so it's going from 480 to 480. Then there's a drop. Okay, generally there's a drop to 208. So then it becomes a 208. And as we know, how do we drop to a 208? We simply have a transformation drop here, right? Inductor drop. From 208, here it becomes a 208. Okay, so understand that this is your transmission. We'll call this your transmission line, your utility. To your transformer. So this is generally your utility. Then it becomes delta 480. Then you go to a transformer here, and it becomes 208. Then it goes to a Y. Okay. So this is you will be asked the difference between single phase versus three phase. Okay. And you could diagram the single phase, diagram the three phase. Okay, you will be asked, what's the two different three phases? And then what are the drops that are occurring? Okay, so to get a better understanding of the drops, and I will rewrite this again, okay, so you get a really good idea of how drops occur. All right, so we're going to say this is our utility. Okay, and this is going into a delta circuit. So let's just draw a triangle out. Let's make it, okay. Okay, and this is a Y circuit. And let's just draw it this way. Okay. This is our Y circuit here. Okay, our utility, delta, and Y. So here it's 10 kV. Data center is probably 34 kV, but it's very high. High voltage. Okay. I would not even try to mess with this, okay? So then it goes from here to here. This generally becomes 480 volts. So we would, on this side, right? So we would go say, okay, so it's coming in from here to here is 480. And this is probably a transformer drop. Okay? And this is AC, it's all AC, okay? Let me write this out, AC. Then at 480, there's a delta usually, right? And this becomes a transformer drop again to 208. From the 208, now you have what you call a connection, a phase connection, okay? So here to here is 208. It gets transformed, right? So this goes to here, from here to here, and then each of the lines are 120 volts, and this is generally going to ground. Okay, so this is again 208. This is again 208. Okay, and here here is 120, here to here is 120. Okay, so I would expect you to know the normal utility drop. This is your standard utility drop, your standard utility three-phase power distribution. Okay. All right, so kind of know that trend, okay? Now, in the next video, we're going to completely analyze the delta Y, okay?